Svetlana Kozlova from the Russian Republic. She's pretty pleased with that performance. She's had a great time here. Everybody went out to Disney World the other day, and it's been pretty loose and pretty relaxed. Now this guy flew off this event the other day in the American Cup on a huge move.
Surprisingly.
He does a move at the beginning of the routine called a Kovacs. It's a double back over the bar. We've seen it before, but few do it with the power and explosiveness. Here it comes. Once again.
Exactly the way he did it at the American Cup. Oh. And she's disappointed as well. I thought he would try and come in too close this time, because that's exactly the way he did it at the American Cup. Just a little too far out.
See what happens here.
It was almost right on the money, but he's just a little bit too far out. He carries the somersault too far back. He needs to stall right up above the bar.
Well, that's close. Back on the bar now. Reverse hecht was his second release move. Those are the inverted giant swings. Obviously, he lost a half a point for the fall. Watch this triple. Ooh.
Oh, very nicely done. Oh, too bad for this pair. One inch, that's all he needed.
Well, getting some congratulations there from Yefim Furman, the coach at UCLA, former Soviet national. Boy, does he crank that triple. Well, we'll have the scores for the Russian pair, and remember, Shannon Miller and Scott Keswick are yet to come. We'll be back with more gymnastics. And as you see, the score for Dmitry Karbonyenko, a 9-3, 9-7-7-5 for Kozlova. So a 58-2-5 puts them currently in the lead, but the Americans are yet to go, and the birthday girl is yet to perform. Shannon Miller will be up on the floor exercise, and Kathy, as we mentioned, she flew off the floor and had a major deduction the other day in the American Cup. So Steve Nuno said he wanted to prove herself again today.
Bart, she actually had 2 falls and stepping out of bounds. It was just disastrous. And this is a great opportunity for her.
A chance to redeem.
Her first pass is where she had the trouble. Whip back through to a piked full twisting double back. It's a tucked. Whoa! Well, at least she stayed on her feet. She stepped out of bounds. That'll be a 1/10 of a point deduction, and of course, probably 2/10 of a point for the run backwards.
Remember that the Russian pair made mistakes, and Karbonyenko fell off the bar. The Chinese pair had some mistakes, so although the Americans can afford slight mistakes, they can't afford a major break at this point.
Here's where her second fall was. It's a full twisting double back, and she pulls it around. Nice work. Shannon has a pulled left hamstring that I know is bothering her on this event.
We asked her about it the other day, and she refused to let it be an excuse for her mistakes at the American Cup. The Americans, by the way, need an average of only 9.413 to win this 92 McDonald's International Mixed Pairs meet.
And they can do it. She's finishing with the pike double back. Very well done.
From the United States, Shannon Miller.
Oh, you know that feels good. The only trouble that she had throughout the entire routine was that first tumbling pass. Watch closely. It's a whip back. Right there is the whip back. She tumbles all the way through to a full twisting double back. It's in tucked position. And you'll see she just pulls it around a little bit too far. Her hips are too far back, and she steps back and out of bounds. And she worked hard for this one. During the American Cup, she fell short on this one as well, and she was not about to let that happen again. This was nicely done. Nice piked position in the air. Pulls it right around.
So for Shannon Miller, although a little bit of a shaky start at the beginning of the exercise, 2 to 3/10 of a point deduction, she came on strong with the last 2 tumbling passes. We'll wait her score as her teammate Scott Keswick has a chance to give Shannon perhaps the best birthday present of all. If he can just hang on the high bar, they will win this title. Scott has been working several different release moves. I expect we'll see right here the Thomas, or the full over the bar to the Ginger. Here it comes. There's the full over the bar and the Ginger. Well done. Smartly played by Scott Keswick. The rest of the exercise for him is very easy, and he has a terrific triple back coming up. That's his dismount. He needs only a 9.1 to clinch it for Shannon Miller and Scott Keswick. Here it is.
What a way to finish.
And happy birthday to Shannon Miller. Scott Keswick pulls through and hits a strong high bar routine. That's going to be your winning pair in the United States.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for the scores for our final 2 competitors and then present.
Here's a terrific angle to see the hand position on the release moves. That's the full over the bar. The second release move is a backflip with a half twist. Right on.
And this was truly the highlight of the entire routine. Triple back. Look at him flip. And spot that ground and a perfect landing.
Well, the score for Shannon Miller, a 9.775 on floor exercise, and Scott Keswick comes through with a 9.9. So with a score of 59.1, Shannon Miller and Scott Keswick are the 1992 McDonald's International Mixed Pairs Gymnastics champions. We'll be back with an interview with our winners and the final standings when we come back. And welcome back for the final wrap-up here in Tallahassee at the McDonald's International Mixed Pairs. There are our final results. Shannon Miller and Scott Keswick win over the Russians, who are almost a point behind in second place, and the Chinese behind them in third place. Well, I'm Bart Connor along with Kathy Johnson and our winners Scott Keswick and Shannon Miller. Scott, you said this format was a little different right from the beginning, and you were a little nervous, weren't you?
I was a little bit. I didn't do as well at the American Cup as I wanted to, and so I think that was a little more motivation to come in here and do a great job, and I think that's what made me nervous. But you know, you deal with pressure all the time, and I think Shannon and I both handled it well, and so I'm very happy.
Well, congratulations on a strong finish on the high bar.
Thank you.
And Shannon, just like Scott, the American Cup didn't go quite as you planned, but tonight was a different story. What were you thinking going into the floor exercise where you needed to redeem yourself?
Well, I wanted to do floor for my last event, and it kind of made it easier to get through the first 2 because I really wanted to redeem myself on the third. And I stepped out of bounds, but maybe I'd get some more difficulty in, and I won't have that problem.
Pretty good birthday present, huh?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to our winners, Shannon Miller and Scott Keswick, the 1992 McDonald's International Mixed Pairs champions. The McDonald's International Mixed Pairs Gymnastics Championship has been brought to you by McDonald's. What you want is what you get at McDonald's today. Congratulations once again to our winners, Shannon Miller and Scott Keswick. For Kathy Johnson, I'm Bart Connor. Thanks for joining us here in Tallahassee. We'll see you next time.